Hey everyone, we're at nighttime here in Abbas Landing. Lovely night. Floofy clouds. Surrounded by crime, no doubt. Mounts of Tamriel, Volume 6, Camels. By Fat Asfalto, I can report firsthand that the renowned musk of the camel is real. It is pungent, and it is fierce. I found myself in the wastes near Kosenset for more than a week, adopted by an Ashaba caravan. These kind travelers taught me all they could about the famously ill-tempered beasts. Indeed, the creatures were not easy to approach at first, but the steady husbandry and the long relationship these people had with their mounts overcame any reservations I or the camels had about the situation. I discovered, when I was able to make it astride a handsome hammer-felled beast halfway through the week, that their loping gait is actually most agreeable once you set aside your expectations. In the Alakir, their thickly padded feet make short work of vast distances. Their reputation as ships of the desert, sailing along the sands, is well earned and poetically true. I cannot stress enough, however, the need for quick reflexes around a camel that has yet to accept you. Whether it is their teeth or their spit, a surly camel will let you know how it feels in no uncertain terms. So we're going to meet Quen, and I believe we should be able to finish up the quest line in pretty short amount of time with one session.
Only the finest
Where is
merchandise.
Quen? Ah, she's at the... yeah.
I'm with you.
Again, low expectations are a good idea. No strong
What do you
opinions other
want?
than, like, I'd kind of like to have a strong opinion.
You there! Hold a moment. I'm with the Iron Wheel. Our bailiffs are on alert, hunting a murderer. A high elf named Quenith Lumina. Armed, extremely dangerous. She's tall, slender, and favors red. Now tell me, does that description mean anything to you?
Why are you asking me?
Because you fit the description of her partner. But Lord Daemar Utame doesn't care about you. He wants Quenith Lumina. I suggest you not give him a reason to take more notice of you. So I'll ask again. Have you seen Quenith Lumina?
Unless you plan to arrest me, move aside. I have nothing to say to you or the Iron Wheel.
Do not use that tone with me. The Iron Wheel is vast, and it does not forget insults or injury. Tread lightly, or suffer our wrath.
Yet it didn't keep the Abbas Landing Thieves Guild from stopping you last time.
So you do know Quen. Then hear this and carry word to her. Lord Daemar will have her in chains before too long. He's overseeing the hunt from the warehouse district docks. Once he realizes she's in Abbas Landing, the Iron Wheel will come for her. If you see Quen, tell her the Iron Wheel is watching. She won't slip its gaze.
About time, partner. I was starting to think you weren't coming. As far as I can tell, the Iron Wheel hasn't noticed that I'm back in town. Still, if we're going to learn why someone wants to pin this murder on me, we need to keep to the shadows. Less noise, fewer eyes, better odds.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. An Iron Wheel soldier was asking about you in the shop below.
Strange. I used the guild tunnels and covered my trail. I even scouted this place myself. Not a threat in sight. It would take someone with real skill to escape my notice. Let's hope the Iron Wheel hasn't hired a rival crew to sniff us out.
The soldier told me Lord Daemar Ame is the one who had the warrant issued.
Daemar? He's just a minor noble in this wretched town. greedy, morally flexible. Even the other corrupt lords can't stand him. Last I checked, he had no ties to the Iron Wheel. Which means someone's trying to bait us. They're setting a trap.
Wouldn't be the first trap we knowingly walked into.
You mean the palace job? You ask me, Magnifica Felora's grand wedding is still one of the guild's finest jobs. I remember standing there, nerves humming, while you tried to decide who to bring as your date for the assignment.
Yes, walk softly is my truest love. If we can handle a job like that, we can handle this Lord Daymar. He's in the warehouse district.
If Daymar's working with the Iron Wheel, and if they've hired thieves as good as we are, we need to stay sharp. Still, the warehouse district is where we get answers. And no agent of the wheel is going to keep me from the truth.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's get to the warehouse district, but go quietly. If the Iron Wheel is looking for me and hears so much as a whisper that I'm nearby, we'll have real problems.
Why would a minor noble like Lord Daymar blame you for a murder?
I wish I knew. I don't have any ties to Daymar, and I've never wronged him as far as I remember. So why get the king to issue a warrant for my arrest? There's something I'm missing. Some piece I can't see. And it's driving me mad.
This murder you're accused of, did anyone of any note die before you left for Daggerfall?
Not that I'm aware of. But this is Hughesbane. Thieves always try to outdo each other, especially when there's politics in play. My father used to say, those in the streets steal to survive, nobles steal to grow fat and keep boots on our necks.
I really disagree with this noble street thief thing. This is lies they tell each other. It is possible that you need to steal to survive for a little while, but by the time you've made it a career and you're dedicated to it, it's no longer a justification. I understand being a kid who steals food. I really do. But by the time you're an adult and you can do something else, it's no longer a justification. Your father?
My father was complicated. Always pushing me toward a life he could never afford. Tutors, uniforms, lessons. Then the moneylenders started knocking louder every month. One day, he just vanished. No note, no word. Just gone. Forever.
We discovered he was leading a double life.
A life that sounds a lot like the one I'm leading now. Funny, isn't it? Parents shove you off a path with both hands, and somehow that just makes you want it more. He was an excellent forger, but a bad father. But still, he was my father.
Are you all right?
I will be, thank you. Just old memories. I usually keep those buried in dark places. Still, we need to reach the warehouse district before anyone finds me. Let's go.
Okay, so once again, gonna put on the Prowler's amulet. Prowler's talisman. It says this one sells glyphs. I wonder what he actually... Oh, enchanter.
Split Nose hears much of what happens in town. He does not care.
Ah, okay. So... Oh, yeah, actual glyphs and runes. Okay, so most of this is just recycling of the old mechanics and the old warehouses. There is... The story's dumb, and they really didn't need to do any of this.
Only the finest merchandise.
It's about as uninspiring as the other wrap-up where smart characters turn dumb. So let's just do it. Again, the talisman does make it easier. I'm grateful for that. So just like it's just sort of, you know, as a setup, I do like the Prowler's Talisman. But that whole thing was just a dumb bad guy
First, we
recycling
search the
werewolves.
docks. Lord Damar's gold comes from shipping, and the manifest should tell us what he's moving and who he's moving it for.
Okay, so they don't have a lamp. I can sprint past them. Hide here till the timer comes back up. So the writing has absolutely, beyond question, diminished in quality.
Spare any coins? I beg of you. Nothing to do but keep at it.
There's no excuse for that.
The hiding spot's right there. Let me in the damn thing. So although I appreciate attempting to rescue bad mechanics by giving us the talisman, there's no overhaul of how things really work. So it's not necessarily, I mean, it's not a good sign for the future of the game.
Tied up at the pier. That's one of Damar's vessels.
There's still a lot of good stuff.
No more warnings. Get out.
Lord Damar's orders. Crew, listen well. Once you dock, those crates go straight to the warehouse. Stack them neat. Keep the lanterns high and your mouths shut. I'll be there to tear through them myself. We ripped open dozens of shipments, and Seraldo's masterpiece is still nowhere to be found. I won't leave a fortune to rot in the bilge like common scrap. Until then, I'll be meeting a buyer, Thayville, inside Silverclaw's warehouse. Do not interrupt me. Do not hover. Do not breathe too loudly. And that warrant on Seraldo's whelp had better be worth what I paid for it. A thieving brat sired by a thief will know where he hid his prizes. If she shows, take her alive. If someone hands her over, slit their throats, but keep her alive. I want answers, and she's the only one who has them. Lord D.
No, this can't be right. My father's forgeries. That's why that bastard accused me of murder? He thinks he can drag Seraldo's secrets out of me? Let's check out the warehouse. I'll circle around back. You take the front door. Damar put a price on my head for something I know nothing about. He's going to pay for that.
Well, I'm glad someone's out here killing everybody, so I don't have to do it. Oh, come on. Okay, let me out of here. Okay, I need to dismiss Sharp.
I've summoned the guard. The guard will be here any second. Last chance.
Well, I'm glad someone else is running them around. Yeah, this place always gives me trouble. I have trouble finding the up. Now,
The guard knows how to deal with the likes
in
of you.
theory, that's where the
You're
ramp
in
up
trouble now.
is,
Should have left while you
but...
had the chance.
Ugh. Just frustrating. Okay.
Guards on their way.
I've summoned the
Get
guard.
out.
Okay, so it won't let me stealth, which means I can't see
I
or
called
use the
guard,
hiding places.
and they're on their way.
No more warnings. Get out.
Just, man, this is crazy.
Since you won't leave, I've
All
summoned
right,
the guard.
there we go. Upstairs. You're kidding. Oh, okay. That's nice. So this is exactly the same warehouse with exactly the same mechanics as what happened the first time with,
More of Damar's dogs? I've never seen you before.
Then we'll be the last thing you see if you don't cooperate. Where's Damar?
Wait, listen. I am just a buyer. If Damar's wronged you, I had no part in it.
Yeah, we came in here with Velsa. It's the same exact place, doing the same exact mechanics. It's frustrating.
Listen, I swear by Tall Papa, I don't work for Lord Damar. If you have a quarrel with him, I have nothing to do with it. I am only here to make a purchase. He told me he was close to acquiring a certain collectible that I simply must buy.
Are you seeking to buy a forgery?
Call it a forgery if you like, but Seraldo's work is so perfect that even the most experienced experts cannot tell the fake from the genuine article. If you own it and never know the difference, does it really matter?
Does Lord Damar have this item?
I do not know. He said he was close to making the acquisition and was lining up potential buyers, just waiting on one last delivery, he said. Seraldo's daughter. Tuwaka knows why. I will tell you anything, just do not hurt me.
So where is Lord Damar now?
Obviously not here, and I have been waiting a long time. Perhaps he is at the Noshira Citadel. He does much business with the Iron Wheel these days. He uses this warehouse to meet clients who are not inclined to march into their fortress.
If a single word of this reaches Damar before we do, we'll come for you next. Do you understand?
No purchase is worth my life. I will not say a word.
100 gold says Damar doesn't even have my father's work. Bold of him to think I'd end up delivered into his hands. And even if the bastard did catch me, I don't know my father's secrets. Damn it, Daemar probably knows more about him than I do.
Doesn't matter. Daemar thinks you know something he doesn't.
Right, and his questions will involve a lot of pain. All to get an answer I don't even have. Oh, Father, what have you dragged me into this time? The man's been dead for who knows how long, and I'm still paying for his misdeeds.
What do you want to do, Gwen?
Obviously, we need to go to the Noshira Citadel. Iron Wheels be damned. It's south of the city. Getting in won't be easy. Finding Daemar won't be easy. But nothing's ever easy with us, is it?
We'll find Daemar and prove your innocence.
Never in question, partner. Let's move. And hope Daemar's buyer here doesn't have a way to send word ahead before we get there. Breaking into the Citadel will be hard enough without Daemar being ready for us. No time to waste. Meet me near the Citadel.
Okay, so same exact quest that we did for the original Thieves Guild, same exact location, same exact quest again. So I'm going to go to my Rolka house, which is right near a Thieves Guild, to clear my bounty, which is about 700 gold at this point. So they're sending us back to Noshira Citadel, which is also in the Boz Landing Thieves Guild. It's just lazy and bad. There was no real reason to do this. So, in this house, we're right outside Ralka in Reaper's March. I bought this house because it has very quick access to a Thieves Guild, so I don't have to use those items to clear my bounty. I don't mind paying the money to clear it, I just don't want to run into a guard.
All this sneaking about taking illicit things, isn't it exciting?
Here's 716 gold. Clear my bounty. So, it's ridiculous. Being a thief or being an assassin costs you so much money. Yeah, you could make money, but you make more, like, just adventuring. They do not make it appealing or entertaining. I think they've really missed the fact that it should be fun. If you want to make it different, then make a Thieves Guild that actually does steal from, bad people. Don't just say that, but then steal from good people. Okay, all of my points essentially are assigned to just about everything that I'm really using. The rest of this is just putting extra points in places where I can't use it. So I've got about 1,600 champion points or so. Let's see, 15, 16, something like that. And yeah, 1,636. By about 1,500, you no longer are really buying anything that you need. So now I'm just assigning points that I'm not going to use because it would need to be on a champion bar. Okay, so we're going back into Noshira Citadel, which we've already done. Good news is, it'll be over soon.
Place is still as disgusting as ever, and the iron wheels thick here like roaches. You crush one and 10 more skitter out of the cracks. If Daemar's in there, and I'm sure he is, we've got our work cut out to reach him.
Any idea where we should concentrate our search?
There are a few buildings inside, deeper than I'd like, near the back of the fortress. Last time I snooped around, the Iron Wheel used that area as a headquarters. If I was scum like Daemar, that's where I'd set up shop.
You have a preference on how we approach this?
You know me, no blood if we can help it. But the Iron Wheel won't be as restrained, so do what you have to in there. I won't go looking to stain my daggers, but I won't lose any sleep if it comes to that.
Understood. Let's go find Lord Daemar.
I'll follow, but stick to the shadows. Let's try to keep it quiet. If we attract the attention of the whole Citadel, no thieving trick in the world will save us.
No, I mean, I'll just kill them, but... Okay, it's really tough to stay hidden here. So, we're gonna get caught often. It's also confusing to try to get in.
Not in our house, dog.
Don't. Yeah.
This is the place. Daemar has to be somewhere in here.
Okay, so I think after this I'll go back to the Sijic line. I want a little break from stupid crime for a while. The Assassin's Guild, I believe, is... it's fine. I just do not appreciate how they never found a way to make it more sacred or more holy or more dedicated to Sithis other than saying Hail Sithis, and otherwise you're just out to murder. So there's a daily quest in the Assassin's Guild is go murder innocents. You know, like, go murder 3 innocent people in this location. It is not on theme for anything to do with, you know, the lore that was set up, listeners, and, you know, prayers, and it's just mercenary murder. And it's Although there are some great quests in that area and that zone, so I'm sort of waffling. I think it's a pressure plate. I just jump over it, right? You can't disarm it. You just need to avoid it. So I'm deciding between doing the anvil quests or
What's this?
doing Sigix.
Gwyneth Lumina. In the flesh. I didn't think it would be this easy.
Call off the warrant, Daemar. You know more about Seroldo and his work than I do. I can't help you.
I wouldn't be so sure. And it's Lord Daemar, but let's not quibble. You, Quen's partner, speak with me. I have a proposal, and you should at least hear me out. You made it into the fortress and right into my office. It appears the Iron Wheel isn't as good as the reputation they've fostered. Still, I have a proposal to make to the partner of Gwyneth Lumina. Will you hear me out?
All right, but make it fast.
First, understand that this was never personal. I just needed Gwyneth to locate her father's work. So I had some forgettable noble murdered and put the blame on her. However, certain information has reached my ears that changes everything.
And what information is that?
Don't play coy. The Daggerfall underworld leaks like a pierced water skin, and news travels fast in the shadows. I know what you and the gutter thieves discovered, and I want it. I want the location of the Nowhere Vault of Sage Vornet.
None of that sounds like a proposal.
So impatient. My proposal is simple. Leave Quen here with me and walk away. She helps me into the vault, and I claim what's inside. Meanwhile, you get to keep breathing, and your friends in Daggerfall don't wind up dead in the dark of night.
The den has a vicious guard dog. Karsa will tear anyone you send to shreds. That's a no, by the way.
Those that rely on humor in the face of overwhelming odds have always annoyed me, and I tend to have those that annoy me eliminated. Now that the negotiations have concluded, allow me to close the deal. Permanently. Iron Wheels, deal with this. But don't kill the woman in red. I need her alive.
I
What about
hate
wearing
spilling
red?
blood, but I'm tempted to let my partner open you up and watch you drain.
Oh, that won't be necessary.
Wait, what is the meaning of this?
Quen's one of ours. You threaten her, you answer to the whole guild. Take that!
Nice punch, Celine. Mind your thumb next time. Wouldn't want you to break a finger.
What are you all doing here?
Someone's watching out for you, Quen. And us too, come to think of it. Hey, Outlaw, let's talk. Huh, don't you just love surprises? I'm just glad you didn't start mopping the floor with us the moment we showed up as Iron Wheels. Told Dwayne we had to be fast, or you'd be on us before we could blink.
What are y'all doing here?
We got word that Quen was in trouble, out of nowhere. Guild's barely up and running, and already folk are tossing their dirty laundry at our doorstep and begging us to take it. Still, glad we arrived when we did. Not that I doubted either of you.
Any idea where the word came from?
That's the strangest part. Man walks into our den like he owns the place, dressed like a proper thief, gives me a stack of papers, and vanishes before anyone can blink. Said he'd be back once Quen was safe, that he needed to talk to both of you.
We'll finish up here. Someone wants to talk to you back in the Daggerfall Thieves' Den.
Let's get back to Glenumbra and see what this is really all about.
So yeah, that whole "no, we showed up to rescue" thing was ridiculous. And this is also ridiculous.
Let's head in and see what this is all about. No.
Carso!
It's not possible.
Hello, beautiful.
My dearest Gwyneth.
Oh, wait, no, that's a
Thank
person.
Ariel,
No,
you're
that's
safe.
Carso. Okay. I could throw a tree to him. Oh my
How are
god.
you standing here? You're dead.
I know I have much to explain. Take a moment to collect yourself, my daughter, while I talk to your partner.
This is stupid. It's her father, who was also masquerading as the Iron Wheel guard that warned us.
I apologize for the deception in Nabal's Landing. Wearing the armor of the Iron Wheel was the only way I could whisper the right words before Daemar set his teeth in you both. I take it from the fact that you're here now that you survived his trap.
The guild arrived and helped us, but how are you here? Quen said you were dead.
And for all intents and purposes, I am. I was. When Daemar first sought my forgeries, I thought little of it. Some petty noble sniffing after my finest work? He wouldn't be the first. Then he involved Quen with that laughable warrant.
Laughable?
Daemar struck a wall in his search, a wall I built on purpose. And in a mix of brilliance and stupidity, he decided the answer must be my daughter, a woman who knew nothing of my treasures. He convinced a magistrate to issue a vague warrant, but...
But then we found the Nowhere Vault.
Exactly. And Daemar blamed Gwyneth for a murder he committed, making the warrant that much more serious. That's when I knew I had to get involved. So I emerged from hiding and intervened. Now I stand before my daughter, asking for forgiveness.
So, I believe the game is trying to make me care, but I don't. This ridiculous man who had a huge amount of talent just sold forgeries and abandoned his daughter. And again, the answer is in what happened here. He's really only here because of the Nowhere Vault, would be my conclusion. If he'd cared about his daughter, he would have cared about her before she had something that might lead somewhere else. I want nothing to do with him, but I'm going to say that's Quinn's decision, but I appreciate you warning us and the guild.
I don't deserve your kindness. The truth is, this danger began with me. I couldn't remain a ghost and watch my past deeds drag my daughter into harm's way. Gwyneth, may we speak privately?
I'll give the two of you some space.
See if the others have returned, partner. Tell them about my father. I'll meet you at the docks once I'm done speaking to him.
And to leave this decision to me is ridiculous. I don't understand why personal decisions are left to, the player. On something like this, I don't know. She already said he was a terrible father. She didn't know anything about him. A random thief knows more about him than she does. So this wrap up is just recycled nonsense. It's the same issue. Is Quen supposed to care about the woman who wanted to just sell her belongings because now she's poor? Is Quen supposed to care about a man who literally is dead to her?
Over here, friend. What news of the mysterious stranger?
Is Quen doing all right? It's plain to see from the resemblance that the stranger who came to our den is clearly a relation. And he did provide what we needed to save her, both from Daemar and from the falsified warrant. Do you know who he is?
That's Quen's father. He came out of hiding to help save her. I want to say that. That's Quen's father. He came out of hiding to use a pretense so that he can use us to get to the Nowhere Vault, which, by the way, is nowhere and has nothing in it and just has every stupid person worked up about it.
Her father? I suspected as much. No matter his reasons for faking his death, it's clear that some part of him still loves her.
No, it isn't.
I can only imagine what Quen is feeling right now.
The two of them are talking, not sure what will come of it, if anything.
I've been wondering what Quen was going to do now that she helped us form our own Thieves Guild. I know Hughes Bane is her home, and she has a connection to the guild there, but I was hoping she'd remain with us. Is that selfish of me?
I don't think so. I'm going to meet her at the docks after this. I'll know more after we talk.
Gwen may not realize it, but she's really become a part of our new family. Is that strange? That I now consider our guild a family? Let's assume it is, and I don't care, shall we? Let Gwen know we support her, no matter what she decides.
Abrasia hauled Daymar and the pile of evidence directly to Captain Sansone. Said it brings her pleasure to see a pack of thieves do the Lion Guard's work better than the Lion Guard. How did we get to this point, though? That's what I want to know.
The stranger that gave you the warning and the evidence is Quen's father.
Tuaka, preserve us! I assumed he was dead. Another high elf with a taste for red? I should have known he was kin. Anything else we should know? I mean, that you're comfortable telling us, that is.
By the way, also, Seraldo could have just painted some more and just given it and sold it to the guy. So he didn't need to involve any of us in this. Lord Daymar put out the warrants to get her father through Quen. Then we found the vault.
And that made it worse. Of course a cretin like Daymar would use the law and a false charge of murder to try to get his hands on the Nowhere Vault. Our Nowhere Vault. I wonder. A man everyone thought dead can hear things the living can't.
You want Quen's father to work for the guild? That'll be up to Quen.
You're right. Whatever Quen decides, I'll support her. The guild wouldn't even exist if she hadn't brought us together. Quen and you. Just say the word if you need us. Otherwise, we'll wait for Quen's decision.
Okay, so this is, I mean, it is so sitcom-y, like, everybody's a moron for 45 minutes, and then we learn a lesson during the last 5 minutes, and then by the beginning of the next episode, everybody's forgotten the lesson. So, just thumbs down on all of this.
That's all I ask.
It's recycled, manipulative
getting much
hope
done here.
that the story's good.
Thanks for coming to meet me, partner. What a strange feeling. You bury some past event, lock it up so the pain can't reach you anymore. Then one day the lock's ripped off and all those feelings flood back in. And when you learn why, I don't even know what I'm supposed to feel now.
Talk to me, Quen. What did your father have to say for himself?
He regrets nothing. Vanishing, hiding, letting me believe he was dead. He says the debts he racked up, the bounty hunters on his trail, they would have come for me eventually. The bastard truly believes it was for the best.
And what do you think?
I think he left me to fend for myself. Right when I thought I had a future. I was at the Illumination Academy. I was a good student too. Then he vanished. The tuition stopped. And just like that, I was out, with nowhere left to go but the streets.
You survived, though. Now the question is, what do you want to do now that you know he's alive?
I don't know. I never let myself think about this, because I didn't think it was possible. I buried it, the same way I thought he was buried. And now he's here, my father. And he wants to stick around this time. With me. With the guild.
With the Nowhere Vault. I've been with you since the beginning, Quen. You owe him nothing. You get to decide what's next.
Thanks. Back in Hughesbane, when we chased the truth of my father's death, you were there. You didn't flinch. You stayed, even when it got ugly. You do what you always do. You help. So I need that help one more time. Please.
What do you need?
Do I let my father stay? He says he's changed, and it would be nice catching up. But the burden he brings, will we just be paying his debts for him? Still, My father's back. And I've been handed a second chance. What should I do?
So my options are, not many people get a second chance like this. Let your father stay. Just keep an eye on him. Nobody's even mentioning that he'd be after the vault, which would be my first thought, just based on what this person has been like before. I would have cared if he had done some of this when she was in trouble the first time, which she was, and he abandoned her to that. Whether or not the writers intended it, they're leaving out, like, they're saying Daemar was only interested because of the Nowhere Vault. Well, same thing applies to his father, her father, so I'm going to say, you're strong, Quen, stronger than you realize. You don't need your father, and you never have.
You're right. My father abandoned me long ago. Let me think he was dead. If he really cared, he would have found a way. I've got a family now. The guild in Hughesbane, the crew here, you. The people who stayed are who I care about, not him.
Good.
I'll tell my father to go. That I've got a family who sticks by me now. That I don't need him. Thank you.
Okay. So the Sigix Guild and the Assassins Guild both have stuff to recommend them and stuff that is sucky. I believe I'm going to take a break from skullduggery here for a little bit and go to the Sigix Guild, finish that up. There are reasons to do or delay both, so it's kind of a wash. My main reason is I just don't want to be sneaking around for a little bit.
My father's gone. He said his goodbyes and he understood my decision. Said he didn't blame me. Said he was proud of me. And he promised he'd stay away. That he'd keep the lie alive. To keep me safe. This was the right choice.
You sure you're doing all right, Quen?
I think so. My father made it easy, in his own way. I think he knew this was the choice I'd make. We said what we needed to say, and I'm at peace with it. And it helps, knowing everyone here cares about me. I'll be all right.
By the way, how's the new guild doing?
It's in a fine place. Abrasia, Edwayne, and Celine are working well together. I'm proud of them. I'm going to miss it here when I go back to Abar's Landing. But that's not too far. I can always check in on them from time to time.
You're really going to leave them? They'll be disappointed.
And to think, at first they didn't trust me. But I have to. My place is in Hughesbane. I'll check on this crew from time to time, but Zira needs me. And when I return, I hope to see new faces. Maybe hear that new chapters are taking root.
Anything else you need from me, Quen?
Just this. Everyone chipped in. A thank you from all of us. From the Daggerfall Thieves Guild for everything you did. This would have gone very differently without you. Now here's to good friends and grand adventures. And to the Thieves Guild.
Okay. Carso. You are the best. Yes. That's amazing that I can do that. Okay. So, I am gonna head to Artaeum and re-pick up the Sigix Guild. And we'll do a little bit of that. But it is a lot of running around. I do love the skull. So we'll be finishing the island of Artaeum and Sigix first before we go to the Thieves Guild. as you can see, there's not much on Artaeum itself. There's a museum that I can collect items for, but I believe the majority of them are on Somerset Isle. Look, when you mouse over something, it doesn't tell you what it is. What are you? No, hold on. Let me look at Somerset. So, yeah, okay. There are... I'll have to add the markers, but there are treasures to pick up in Somerset to add to the museum here. We're not going to be doing that for a while, but we can do this.
Over here, I have a message for you. Experimenting with time, unfortunately, leaves one rarely surprised. For example, I knew I would find you here.
Do I know you?
I am a sage of the Psijic Order, as I assumed you would have realized since we're standing upon Artaeum. But I have a message. The Right Master requires your assistance. As I was going out anyway, I agreed to act as a messenger for you.
What does the Right Master need me to do?
I'm sure the Right Master will provide details, though I can tell you it involves the augury spell he plans to cast upon the abyssal pearl that you and Valserin discovered. You can find the Right Master in Kapora Tower in the main gallery.
Okay, I think that's repeat stuff because I abandoned the quest, but we'll just go through whatever stuff we need to go through again. Refresher.
Good, you're back. Valserin suggested you would be invaluable in our efforts to extract information from the Abyssal Pearl, and I concur. We've started the augury ritual, but the Pearl has proven resistant to our efforts to reveal its secrets.
You haven't been able to determine anything useful about the Pearl?
A few insignificant echoes and a name to apply to it, but nothing to tell us who created it or what kind of magic it employs. It isn't Daedric in origin, though, despite the false Aldarch's allegiance. It's time to utilize more drastic means.
What do you need me to do?
We're about to enter a crucial stage of the augury ritual, so none of us can leave this chamber. If you could find my acolyte, Oriandra, she'll provide you with the amplification elixir we require. She's in Sotha Seal's study, upstairs.
I'll find Oriandra and get the amplification elixir.
Oriandra should be in Sotha Seal's chambers, cataloging his old research and experiments. Tell her I need the amplification elixir to strengthen our augury ritual. That should help us determine what the pearl is and where it came from.
Valserin called you the Right Master. Does that make you the leader of the Psijic Order?
Leader implies command, and a level of structure more suited to an army than an order of mystic monks. That said, I oversee the Psijic Order and our conclave of the 11 forces. Someone must steer the ship, after all. Is there something else?
Where is this place exactly?
You have traveled across the mystic realms to reach the island we call Artaeum. As an uninitiated, this may sound confusing, but the Psijic Order changes the location of its headquarters on occasion. And by that I mean we move the entire island.
So we're not in Tamriel?
Tamriel? My friend, you left the boundaries of Nirn behind you when you stepped through that portal. Only a select few, not of our order, are ever granted this honor. Luminaries such as Sotha Seal and yourself. To everyone else, Artaeum remains sealed.
Can't you use magic to summon the component you need?
The ritual has reached a critical stage. If we stop now, we'll have to start all over again. Besides, such a trivial use of magic is beneath members of the Psijic Order. Find my acolyte, Oriandra. She's the only Imperial currently in the Order.
Aren't the members of the Psijic Order all High Elves?
While the majority of our Order falls under the Altmer persuasion, we sometimes invite those of other races who possess powerful magical talents to join us. Oriandra is one such individual. Now, if you would, we really need that ritual component.
Okay, so he's mentioning Sotha Seal. I believe that this came after Clockwork City. So there is some stuff about Sotha Seal that we will be learning once we do the DLC Clockwork City. So some of this is, yes, based on, based on that. Sothisil is one of the tribunal. If you play Morrowind, there's Almalexia, Vivec, and Sothisil. You don't, well, it's a very old game, but essentially we're back in time, so what happens in the future doesn't really hold here, and it's stupid anyway, so I'm not going to waste some breath on it. Here the tribunal is alive and kicking, except for Almalexia, who should be in Mournhold, but we never see her. Vivec is in Vivec City, and Sothisil is in the Clockwork City. We do encounter them. So, across all franchises, Almalexia gets shafted on content.
You must be the adventurer that Valcerin was going on about. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to our secret island. Oh, I suppose you already talked to the Rightmaster, seeing as you're here in Kapora Tower.
The Rightmaster sent me to get an amplification elixir for the ritual they're conducting.
That strange pearl has certainly been reluctant to reveal its secrets. The Rightmaster hates it when an inanimate object refuses to cooperate. Regarding the amplification elixir, I just cataloged it. It's a Sothisil creation, as you'd expect.
I don't want to ask this stupid question, but Sothisil's a member of the Psijic Order?
What? No, not in the traditional sense. He's not one of our monks, if that's what you're asking. More like an honorary member, I guess you'd say. According to my records, the silver vial should be right over there. As soon as the pearl arrived via Valcerin's transference spell, the Rightmaster gathered the conclave to prepare an augury ritual. He's been cycling sages through to keep them fresh, while slowly increasing the intensity of the ritual.
So why aren't you helping with the ritual?
I'm the Rightmaster's acolyte. I have other duties to perform. Besides, such a complex ritual requires the power of the conclave of the 11 forces. I'm not that strong yet. Under the Rightmaster's tutelage, I expect to attain that rank. One day.
How did an Imperial end up in the Psijic Order?
Despite opinions to the contrary, being an Altmer isn't a prerequisite for membership in the Psijic Order. The Rightmaster noticed my potential and invited me to join. I had a year to consider the offer, but I made my decision immediately.
I'm not sure I understand where we are. How did the Psijics hide Artaeum?
I'm not allowed to reveal where you are, or how our magic works, other than to tell you that you have arrived upon the fabled island of the Psijic Order, Artaeum. While we're not currently part of Nirn's reality, we still keep track of events there.
How do you manage to keep track of events on Nirn from wherever this is?
I could say we have our ways and leave it at that, but you deserve a better explanation. The Rightmaster sends Psijics back to the world to perform tasks and gather information. Plus, we have powerful scrying magic that reveals all sorts of details.
I better find that elixir the Rightmaster requested.
I was examining the vial of amplification elixir myself just a short time ago. It should be right over there.
You'd think you guys could handle all of this. Nobody in the Psijic Order was like, the plane melt's about to happen? Okay.
Initiate?
Okay.
A word?
Repick up the, Skull Quest.
First-rate
Augur.
work in Somerset. Really, first-rate. Unfortunately, we have another problem. Are you ready to set out again?
Yes, what's the problem?
Our seers detected more of these time breaches, this time in the Iliac Bay region, my homeland. The Lore Master and I will keep searching for the cause of the disturbances. In the meantime, we need you to seal them.
Alright, should I use the same gear as last time?
Yes. Take this map of the region, more Psijic seals, and the Augur. I hope the breaches haven't grown more powerful. Stay safe, and just make sure Alakir weathers this, all right? I know, I shouldn't... I have to stay detached. Oh, never mind.
Don't worry, I'll seal those time breaches.
May the old way guide your steps. The lore master was very impressed by your work in Somerset. He's a hard mer to know, but he's always been generous with his praise. I just wish I could be a better student.
You think you're a poor student?
Well, not in the traditional sense. But don't get me wrong, I'm a very proficient mage. That's what caught the lore master's eye when he found me in the Alakir. I just struggle with some of the deeper lessons. The philosophy.
What lessons are you talking about?
The Psijic Order isn't just a collection of wizards. It's a world view, you know? A state of mind. It's not enough to be a talented mage. You have to learn to see things in a different way. To cultivate a detached and virtuous perspective.
You haven't done that?
Some days I think I'm making progress. Then other days like today, I see how far I have to go. A true Psijic would see all people and regions as equals. But for me, part of me never left the Alakir. My heart's still in the desert.
So you're more troubled by this happening in your homeland?
Yes. I would never admit it to the lore master. But yes, I'm sorry. I don't mean to bother you with this. You're just starting out after all. Just forget I said anything. Be safe.
Okay, so we have a map, and I'm going to filter my maps again to show me the time breaches. Time rifts. Okay, good. So I should be able to see them now. It is unfortunately pretty tedious to do this. As much as I love the Augur and their writing and voice acting, it is boring.
Was Oriandra able to direct you to the proper elixir? Without something to amplify the magic, our ritual is going to fail.
Here's the amplification elixir you requested.
Just in time. For the next stage of the ritual, if you have no objections, I'd like you to join us. Your experiences alongside Valsarin might help reveal what has so far eluded our efforts.
How can I help with the ritual?
We'll handle the magic. You pour the elixir into the scrying pool and stand close. As the ritual's power amplifies, your experiences with the Pearl and the false Aldark should help the augury do its job.
And what is the augury's job exactly?
We want to discover the origin of the Pearl and its strange magic. In addition, anything we can learn about the false Aldark and his connection to the Pearl would be helpful. Otherwise, we're stepping blindly into Oblivion's maw here.
Alright, tell me what you need me to do.
Pour the elixir into the pool. That should provide the final boost we need to trigger the augury.
Here we stand, the most favored servants of Clavicus Vile, Mephala, and Nocturnal, on the verge of the greatest victory for our princes.
Are you sure those creatures can be trusted?
Have no fear. Isn't that why we formed the Court of Bedlam? Besides, what happens next in Relenthiel will seal Somerset's fate.
That was unnerving. It seems the false Aldark belonged to an alliance of Daedric cultists called the Court of Bedlam. Imagine, the faithful of Clavicus Vile, Mephala, and Nocturnal working together. This is more serious than I anticipated.
Have you ever heard of the Court of Bedlam?
No, but I'm hardly an expert on the Daedric cults of Tamriel. The magic I sensed in the Pearl, though, it doesn't contain the taint of Oblivion. We're missing something, but what? I suppose we'll need to find out what's going on in Relenthiel.
I can travel to Relenthiel.
I hoped you'd say that. Relenthiel sits to the west of Shimmerine, just across the mountains. I'll send Valsarin with you to talk to the Cannon Reeve. The false Aldark may be dead, but Mephala's and Nocturnal's agents remain, as well as the Pearls.
I have a few questions before I head to Relenthiel.
I may not be a natural prognosticator, but I had a feeling you might. Go ahead. I'll answer what I can.
Do the Daedric princes always work together?
From what I've experienced, an alliance isn't just unusual. It's contrary to their very nature. Oh, they'll work together from time to time, but something as complex as what Sotha Seal hinted at is unheard of. Makes me interested to learn more.
What can you tell me about Relenthil?
Very little, I'm afraid. The last time I passed through that area was more than 350 years ago. They made an exquisite wine, as I recall, and the House of Reveries theater troupe always put on an entertaining show.
Did you learn anything more about the pearl?
The augury ritual extracted a vision of the false Aldark and the court of Bedlam, but nothing specifically about the pearl. Its magic isn't Daedric, though. How they can steal life energy and use it to summon those sea creatures remains a mystery.
Okay, examine the map. It's over here in quest items. Okay, so we see, find these on the map. There's basically the Alakir Desert and the area surrounding the Iliac Bay. If I want, I could keep this map up, but I'm not really going to need it. Now that I have the mod that shows, I can show you, if I look at the Alakir Desert, now you see the time rifts here, here, and here. So I have you can see I've opened up a lot of the way shrines in some of these zones because she has done some archaeology, essentially. So she isn't encountering any quest NPCs or doing any content, but she did do some archaeology. Okay, let's do breaches on the bay. I'll go to Alakir. Okay, so A Pearl of Great Price is actually in the Somerset storyline, so I'm going to be focusing mostly on the Psijic Guild storyline.
Can you believe it?
And not
Dragons
Somerset.
in your own homeland. What are you going to do?
This one does not know, but he hopes his family is safe in Riverhold.
Okay, so it should make life a bit easier now that I have many of the port points open. So it's not difficult. We're just gonna run around and collect these sections. It does get easier after you've already finished these areas, but finishing the areas also gets easier if you've done it this way. Okay, call Sharp back in.
Let's get out there.
It's up there. I discovered something while I was looking at,
Been on the lookout for that.
achievements, which I really like. I was able to finish one of them. Weirdly, I can't finish it with Sharp. But if I go to achievements, and one of the followers is named, oh, more beetles.
This is truly a sign from Rubka.
So you see in my recent achievements, I just got it so I can explain it. Gain 10 Lauren's favor by completing achievements and tasks. 10 Lauren's favor, which is an item. Now if I go to collections, I have a companion keepsake called a Garland Ring Humming Pick. It permanently grants the passive 10 Lauren's finesse to the bearer. So it means if you complete all of these achievements, and some of them are really random, and actually difficult to do. Tanloran was relatively easy, but Zareth Var has something where you're supposed to donate money to a beggar, except there aren't any beggars in the game. There are only a very few random encounters where you can do that. So I'm having
You're doing
trouble.
that thing where water squirts out of your skin, aren't you? Sweating, eh? Ugh. And you people think I'm weird. Let's find this breach and cool off.
So we should be able to do that with all the followers eventually, but Tanloran's is particularly useful since she grants extra time, a few extra seconds on lockpicking. So she's one of the ones that I want the most. I got hers. Sharp. No, he doesn't approve of anybody fully yet. Otherwise, I've done everything I need, but I think he just gives a bonus to fishing. And right now that's not hugely necessary to my life, not as much as lockpicking is. Okay, next one's over here. So I'll hopefully be finishing those and slowly accumulating perks. The next one that I would like, except the one for Zareth Var is very hard for me to finish, is he would permanently allow you to see heavy sacks in the environment, which is great for crafting and materials. And most of the other followers just give you chances for maybe extra loot, stuff like that. I think the most useful is the lockpick one, which is why I got it first, and why some of the other ones I'm not really pursuing. Ember, I'm close.
Yeah, there's a breach nearby. Say, did you know there are 6.5 quadrillion grains of sand in the Alakir? Oh, come on! Don't act like you're not impressed.
Good to get stocked up.
But Ember, who we have not met yet, wants you to steal from a city guard, which I actually did, and fence a epic quality item, which I have not gotten. So Ember fencing a oh wow, is it even more up? Yep. So there you see, unlock intermediate. Tanloran's finesse is appealed. The green bar is the extra time that you are given, so that's very helpful. Zareth Var, if I ever get it done, or if I find those random encounters, it's not something you could just choose to go do, is Jack would highlight the bags, and I'm not really sure. I don't necessarily remember what the other guys do, but Ember wants me to fence an epic item. It is incredibly difficult to find, much less... Well, fencing is easy. I spent quite a bit of time stealing and stealing and stealing until I realized how rare that stuff is. So if I come across it at some point in the future, other players have recommended that what you do is steal an item that is of low quality, like a sword or a, robe, and then upgrade it yourself. So eventually, in the fullness of time, hopefully I will accomplish that, but I'm not gonna spend... I've already spent a day of my life on it. I don't want to spend more days. I have done so much thieving for the tomes and guilds, spent days doing it. I'm more than a little burnt out on attempting to accomplish random things. that I have no control
look,
over.
the Yokuden ruins. You know, the Yokudens could make magic idea swords using nothing but their brains. Bit of a waste, that. I'd have made a very comfortable chair.
Useful. Hold on to that.
Okay, so here's the Alakir. We are right here, and the other two on the map, I believe, are this away. Okay. We do have all the points in Glenumbra.
Better overstocked than under. That jingle of coins, always a comfort.
Well, this is picturesque, eh? Aside from all the imps and such. Did you know that imps have belly buttons? Please, don't ask me why.
I just like that it's kind of random that there's like a painter set up over here. Of course, they probably got murdered by harpies. I got the Rogue's Refuge. You can take a look inside. This was part of the reward for doing all of the tome stuff. It's kind of underwhelming. I didn't decorate it. It's a lot of work for an ugly house. So, you're in a graveyard. This is in Cath Pedro. Call back to Skyrim, where you are in a crypt. It's just ugly. Oh, a bunch of bookshelves. I don't know if the laundry is permanent, but it's not mine. I don't like it. Secret door bookshelf. Not that anybody wouldn't check the recessed, weird bookshelf in the middle of nowhere. So, just, yeah. This is it. Another secret door, which I can't imagine would stay secret for long. So it's sort of a role-play space. Writing desk. Not work. Just, okay. Underwhelming. It came this way. I didn't decorate it. I'm just gonna pretty much leave it and go. I wouldn't want to live here. It's gross. And again, all things thief smell bad. But it's good for teleporting to the north of Glenumbra.
Ugh, zombies. You ever try to talk to a zombie? They won't let you get a word in edgewise. Just groan this and moan that. Ugh, let's find this breach and leave, eh?
Always worth stocking up.
Another breach near that tree, I think. Fun fact, all deciduous trees love accordion music. Just more proof that all trees are idiots.
You take that back, Augur. It's the first and only argument we're ever gonna have. Okay, so we have done Glenumbra. Let me look at the map again. Glenumbra and Alakir, so what is right here? Find it on the map. Alright, going to Stormhaven. So there really isn't. I think I showed you the Sigic line before. Unless you were going to specialize in Sigic line, there's no point to using the Sigic line. The main thing is to be able to see the rifts to get extra loot. As the game advanced, Sigic became less and less relevant. They didn't really update it. So it's got a few good spells, but it
by the
isn't.
sea.
Oh.
Shep's seen better days, eh? It's like I always say, the only thing you should make out of wood is nothing. Wood is ridiculous.
Yeah, see those little purple lights? I don't know what they are. They're cool though. I've seen them on some of my other characters, and I don't know what they are or why they happen.
You could brew something nice with that. Skill issue.
Free at last.
Definitely a breach here, mate. Say, I was thinking, maybe we should get something for Jasaja to cheer her up. I'm thinking meat of some variety. You meat brains like meat, right?
Heal me!
Building up a staff. Good thinking. You know what that's good for? Ah, you'll figure it out.
Okay, I think I also completed the Thieves Guild quest line. Ledger Domain is still only at 6. Kickback reduces bounties you willingly pay to guards and fences by 10%. So I've got a ways to go with that. Lots of lockpicks still to go. Now, Thieves Guild is still only at 10. I think it goes to 12, maybe. Let's see if I have any points I can get back. I don't have enough points yet to pay for it, but yeah, it's all about theft. I don't do a ton of it. You can see I don't really enjoy that content, so I'm not going to put points into that beyond what I can afford. But yeah, so you saw I did 2 full Thieves Guild quest lines, and that still did not get me up to the top. I could buy it if I wanted, because my sorcerer did it all. But I'm not gonna. Oh, hey, 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 man. Hey, Jacques.
Always digging. It seems like there are always so many dead people. Couldn't someone at the Mages Guild create some kind of magic shovel? I've seen magic brooms.
You are my favorite guy, Jacques. So they expect you to do a ton of those daily quests.
In a breach by our waterfall. Or maybe a flight of very wet stairs? Stairs are a bit silly, eh? Why not just flip gravity and fall up?
Good eye.
Oh yeah, I remember I said I had been up this hill quite a bit. I think that there is a time breach up here. There is a time breach up here, yes. And cultists. There's always cultists.
Counter this. Should have been more prepared.
Healer!
Hey, look at that. You earned it.
Okay, so there's a heavy sack around here somewhere? Let's kill everybody to try to find the heavy sack. Huh. Alright, don't see it. Anyway, let's do a joke look at Sharp as Knight's faction. He does not budge. So we're barely 2/3 of the way. Even the character that I thought they were best friends, she's still just shy of his full approval. I think everything else has been done though.
I need healing!
So yeah, if we look up the achievement for Sharp as Knight, I just need to, so I've done everything Sharp's favor, which is go fishing, find a hist tree, complete a Vardenfeld hunt daily quest, craft a poison, complete a Telvanni Peninsula world boss daily quest, did all that with him. But yeah, I still have to gain his max rapport. That gives you his Sharp's handmade fishing lure, which will give you fishing bonuses. I don't think I'm going anywhere near the fishing achievements for a very long time. It's been at least a year, I'm still traumatized, and I don't want to do it. So it's going to be a while. But, I mean, he's just, like, very close. But that was probably a day of fishing. Because you don't get rapport every time you fish. You get it maybe every 10th time or so.
Welcome back, Initiate. I hope the Augur didn't give you too much trouble. So, was your journey a success? Is Alakir safe?
Yes, I closed all the time breaches around the Iliac Bay.
Well, that's a relief. For now, at least. I'm afraid the situation has grown more complicated. But we can discuss that later. For now, you've done the Order proud. You're clearly ready to take your next steps. Use this wisely. Are you prepared for your next task? I'm afraid we need to quicken the pace. Oh, was that too pushy? Sorry. I'm just a bit anxious, you know?
Yes, I'm prepared. What do I need to do?
Our seers detected a new cluster of breaches in the lands of Morrowind and Skyrim. The elder members of the Order don't want to admit it, but I'm afraid these distortions are growing stronger. But there's good news. We think we found the cause.
We?
The Lore Master and I. While you made your way across Alakir, we reached out with projections, looking for objects of power. We found one. The Staff of Towers. The Lore Master's confident we can find it. You should speak with him when you return.
All right, I'll travel to Skyrim and Morrowind and seal those time breaches.
Thank you, Initiate. I honestly don't know what we'd do without your help. I keep telling the Lore Master I can assist you. I mean, I did spend my entire childhood on the continent after all. I suppose he knows best.
You mentioned the Staff of Towers?
Yes, the actual staff created by the Archmage Innumeral in the First Era. If we're right, this could be the greatest arcane discovery in millennia. According to the Psijic histories, the staff could bend and shape time itself.
And you think that's what's stirring up these time breaches?
We can't say for certain, yet. I should warn you, the Lore Master finds this all very troubling. Magical artifacts always present a destabilizing influence. You know by now that a lack of stability does not sit well with our Order.
You're not concerned about it?
I'm very concerned. An artifact left out in the wild for any hedge mage to find. Results could be disastrous. It should be here on Artaeum. I need to get back to our research. We should have more answers when you return.
Okay. So, this is actually a non-stinky place to stop. Lovely art. I love the walls and the floors. And hopefully, we'll just get this stuff done and be less bored. Thanks for joining me.